Hello everyone, this is Mr. Dice again, your business teacher and business consultant, and we're back for part 2 in how we approach a certain market in the marketing chapter. And we in a previous video, in part 1, we have discussed about the decision on how are we going to label ourselves on the market out there as someone that provides already existing provides services or goods that are for an already existing demand, or we're going to be pioneers and actually march over there and be the first with something that will actually generate demand in time. But now the decision gravitates around the nature of our product. So nature of our product becomes highly responsible, or the main reason, or the main explanation on how we're going to approach a certain market. So let's take the 3 types of approach that we can have depending on the nature of our product and see what's characteristic to each of them. Number 1 would be mass marketing. What is mass marketing? Mass marketing is when we aim to sell the same product to the whole market. Okay? Very useful example over here would be Coca-cola and body deodorants. Okay? Having in mind these 2 products, now we come to understand that we want the same product to be sold to the entire market, and very important, without targeting a specific group. So the market as a whole. We are marching towards the entire market in front of us, and we want to sell as many as possible. Now, mass marketing is deeply rooted in what is known as undifferentiated marketing. Undifferentiated marketing is when you expect your product to be appealing to as many people as possible. To as many as possible. Now, this is what undifferentiated marketing is about, and easier to actually memorize this would be by thinking of the motto, the more, the merrier. Bring them on, volumes, addressing the masses, hence the term mass marketing. Now, moving to number 2, again, taking into consideration the nature of our product, we have niche marketing. Niche marketing also aims to sell the same product, but get this, only to a small section of the whole market. So only to a small section of the market, not the whole market. And this involves applying several filters identifying and serve special needs, tailored needs, because we actually aim to identify and exploit and serve a certain segment of the market, because we want to identify and serve a certain sector of the market. Having this in mind, a couple of great examples that you could attach over here would be wheelchairs, could be off-road mountain bikes, and could be expensive watches for divers. Notice anything that they have in common is that they only answer the need of a small section of the whole market, is where we have filters and we identify special needs, such as people that want to ride their bike in the mountains, or people that have disabilities, or people that have expensive hobbies and they want adventures in the depth of the sea or the ocean, and they need a watch with them. But there is one challenge if you're thinking of approaching the market through the niche marketing strategy. And in order for this to be an option, you need to apply what is called market segmentation. Okay? Now, market segmentation means that we identify a segment and we focus on delivering tailored goods, services for it. Okay? Now, there is another challenge that comes throughout market segmentation. So we said niche marketing, it's impossible to actually be done without segmenting our market, identifying that segment we want to address, and focusing on delivering tailored goods and services so that they actually fit those needs and wants. This, on its turn, is absolutely impossible to be done without being aware of our consumers' profile. What's the profile of our consumer? Who is our consumer? What does actually build a consumer profile? A consumer profile uses the following filters. It can be income, it can be age, it can be location, it can be religion, it can be social status, and very important, it can be gender. All these filters applied at a certain segment actually allows us to know our client and understand in which segment they belong to, and build products that will satisfy their need or wants, needs or wants accordingly. So if you're designing expensive watches for divers, for example, the client should have a high income, because diving is an expensive hobby, and if you want to buy equipment for it, it's definitely going to be expensive also. Age, I think most probably they'll be like middle age, in the mid of their career, so in the peak of their career, perhaps in mid-management, upper management. Location will definitely be someone that is close to the water, or afford to travel. So this might be Western countries that are in developed or in course of development. Well, I think religion, it can be agnostic over here, and gender, most probably, if we look at statistics, the vast majority of people that practice diving as a hobby are males. Yeah. So this would be an example on how to build a consumer's profile and intertwine it with market segmentation, so then we can apply the proper marketing strategies in how to promote, connect, sell, and be close to these clients. The same can be applied for wheelchairs or off-road mountain bikes, if we want to take these examples separately. Now we move forward with what is a very I would say unique concept or unique way to actually make business. I would say quite an impossible way to make business. Pardon. What is known as societal marketing. This is where things get tougher. Why? Because up to now, in mass marketing and niche marketing, I would focus on what the consumer wants. And I would focus on what I want as a business. But now, in societal marketing, there is another focus, and this is what makes it harder. This is why I said that in practice, it's close to impossible to actually apply it all the time. But it does has its benefit. Now, the third focus, in this way of approaching the market, would be on the footprint or legacy we leave behind with our business, to the other stakeholders. So to the other stakeholders. And by other stakeholders, we think here of employees. We think here of the government. We think here of our suppliers. And in the recent years, which I believe that has become the most important, if you ask me, especially on how it attracts pressure groups and media pressure and attention and bad publicity, is the environment. Yeah? Okay? I would add also over here that this, if you have this approach in the way you look at the market and you enter and behave on the market, it's going to have a positive boost on your brand image. because you start caring about what you leave behind as a legacy with your business. So you're not just considering making profits, but you're considering how, your biz decisions will have a long-term impact around you. Okay? So how your business decisions will have a long-term impact around you. And this is known as corporate social responsibility. The abbreviation is CSR, corporate social responsibility. So I think of something else other than profit and my own welfare. I'm concerned about the society, what I'm giving back, what footprint do I leave, what kind of social costs and social benefits do I create as a business. So a very good example of corporate social responsibility that I can give you, and it's an initiative that is extremely recent right now, is no more plastic bags in supermarkets. Yeah? You might have seen this. We have, paper bags, or we have fabric bags, but, plastic bags are going away. And in fact, even some of the supermarkets that still provide them charge them extra, perhaps 3 times more than a paper bag, just to discourage you. And this is their way of being socially responsible and being more aware of the footprint that they leave behind. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget that the nature of your product could dictate very much the way you are approaching a certain market.